evening, wherever you are in the world. We are in May 2024, and this is a short review of our activities this past year. The PYA is a professional association. We represent your interests, the interest of yacht crew, with policymakers, with flag administrations on matters related to certification, training, courses, careers, employment conditions, etc. We are not a trade union. In general, professional associations like the PYA work with authorities to make sure problems will not happen. We lobby them and we develop good working relationship with them. We are proactive. This, as opposed to trade unions who are reactive, who intervene after the problem has occurred. They organize demonstrations, pressure. They work for the collective, whereas professional associations like the PYA will also intervene to defend the interest of individual members. And indeed, as you will see later, our member assistance service also acts on behalf of members who have problems to solve these problems. Once again, this past year has been very full for all of us. Every year seems to be bringing its own lot of issues impacting us all in the professional yachting industry. We had COVID, we had the seizing of Russian oligarchs' assets, including yachts. Last year, we started seeing growing public opposition and demonstrations against our industry. First, let me give you a few facts and numbers about the PYA. We represent yacht crew worldwide, professional yacht crew, with the majority of our members working on yachts that are longer than 24 meters, called super yachts. We have more than 7,000 individual members from more than 60 countries. We have a network of more than 3,000 partner companies, organizations, and other stakeholders from around the world. We launched our digital service record book 3 years ago, or DSRB, the only one in the world. And as of today, we have issued more than 4,100 such digital service record books. The PYA office staff is always happy to provide advice to members on their career, training, and growth as yachting professionals. As of today, we have provided one-to-one advice to more than 7,500 individuals. One of our most valuable service to the community is our member assistance service. In a nutshell, when things get tough professionally or personally, the PYA is here for you. Our member assistance service is a peer group of experienced yachting professionals who can assist you through difficulties. In the past 3 years, we have assisted more than 700 members with serious individual problems. This year alone, over the past 4 months, we have already assisted 75 individuals with problems ranging from wage disputes, review of employment contract, visa matters, social security contribution, dismissal without cause, sexual harassment, and many other issues. Incidentally, should you be the victim of or a witness to a harassment, do not hesitate to contact us at the PYA office. We know that it can be lonely out there, and we have a group of welfare advisors that will listen to you, and we have lawyers at hand who can advise you. Another role of the PYA is to be the voice of professional yacht crew with maritime authorities, governments, and administration worldwide to defend your freedom to work in yachting. This also took quite a lot of our time this past year. In particular, we have been working with the French authorities and courts, assisting captains who were fined or prosecuted for a number of reasons, mostly related to anchoring in French waters. In one of those cases, we had a captain who had printed the latest UKHO chart of the area of the French Med where he was planning to sail. And we found out that the UKHO charts were out of date by more than 1 year. If you are operating a vessel in French waters, in addition to your other means of navigation, I urge you to use the app called Nav & Co. It is an app produced by the French authorities, and it will always be up to date with the new regulations, including anchoring. This is what the app icon looks like, and this is what you get when you open it. Do not use the app called Donia. It is a private app and it is not up to date. The PYA is truly international in its remit. I just mentioned France because, well, France being France, regulation often causes problems. This has been quite true in our industry, but we interact with many other national authorities the UKMCA, of course, but also Malta, the Red and Sun Group, the US, etc. We are the only professional association in the yachting industry interacting with such diverse groups. Should you be aware of any specific issues in some corners of the world that you think the PYA should engage in on behalf of yacht crew, be it related to regulation or other topics, please let us know. The growing negative public perception of super yachts meant that this past year too, we have engaged in a number of activities to tell the world about the reality of yachting through interaction with mainstream journalists, printed, radio, and TV. Incidentally, like many industries, the yachting sector is very good at talking to itself. A small and positive article in a national or even local newspaper will do us more good than 5 pages in a yachting magazine. The PYA is the voice of yacht crew and of the industry, but as yachting professionals, you are all fantastic ambassadors of our industry. So do not hesitate to communicate the realities of your jobs through your social media channels, and if you can, reach out to journalists wherever you are located. There again, the PYA will be happy to provide you with some tips on how to interact with journalists with some media training. You can contact me at ceo@pya.org. That's ceo@pya.org. We must also communicate on what we, the industry, are doing to make yachting cleaner with due consideration for sustainable development principles, but we must do it right. Sustainable development and sustainability reporting is now just like financial reporting, extremely organized with codes and procedures. Unfortunately, there are a number of initiatives being rolled out in some parts of our industry that are labeled sustainability or sustainable development, but which fall short of recognized and accepted standards. These will rightly be seen as greenwashing. Finally, I would like to end on a positive note for the future. The yachting industry is growing, with more and more vessels being built. We are also seeing different types of yachts, explorer yachts, vessels doing humanitarian work. Without crew, there is no yacht. There are great opportunities out there for you, for qualified individuals. Working on a yacht is not for everyone. It can be hard work, but it can also be a lot of fun and adventure too. We at the PYA are here to accompany you throughout your career. Don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you.